When you're alone and life is making you lonely, you can always go downtown. Oh, hi. How are you doing? Hi, I'm Fred, and I'm here to let you know about the beautiful plans for downtown Bristol and why you want to live there.
Hi, my name is Sarah O'Leary, and I've been living downtown for about a year now.
My family's here, all my friends are here. This is a place I really want to be, and when I first heard about all this going on, I couldn't help but get excited.
My name's Khalid Williams. I'm 29 years old. I'm a wine steward in a 10 bar, and I'm lucky enough to work in downtown Bristol.
So I am a Bristol girl. Grew up here, born and raised here, and I love Bristol. I've always been a hometown girl, and I get excited when I think of everything being in one spot.
I was in LA, I was in Austin, I was in New Orleans for 4 years, I was cooking in Emeril Lagasse's restaurant, I was Lexington, Kentucky, and so I finally made my way back home, and Dave gave me an opportunity because I trusted what he was saying because of his conviction. And his conviction in Bristol is loud.
When I think about what this is going to be like, I'm reminded a lot of living in New York.
These are multi-resolutions of activity that the Bristol community for the longest time has went outside of Bristol to experience, but now with Bristol Rising, we're bringing this right to the doorstep of people, literally.
I wanted to be able to walk downtown and go out to eat, or walk up the street and go see my friends, and I just wasn't really getting that in the other towns that I lived in across the state. So I wanted to move back home, especially given all the exciting things that were going on. I thought it was the perfect time to get involved in the community downtown and start my life here.
I spent most of my career in the West Hartford Center area. They have their own version of a walkable community. However, it's not something that's accessible to most people.
It seems like it could be very affordable places to live for especially someone like me who's a entry-level adult, I like to call it. We can hopefully, get a good crowd down there, and we can really do big things.
My wife and I are getting to the end of our work careers, and we're going to be looking to downsize and get into something a little easier to maintain and a little easier to live in, maybe all on one floor. And we're going to use that as the base for our retirement.
It's getting to the point where maybe I don't want to do the maintenance anymore. Don't want to be responsible for repairs and all of that. So the thought about going into this type of an atmosphere is pretty exciting to me because everything will be there that I want.
I have a serious vision of this area being something that people all the way from my age, which is 29, all the way up to retirees, having a community, having local businesses, homegrown activities, and a serious social life of the town square. That's something that this country was based on at one point, but I think as we've ran to the suburbs, that's something that's been lost. And I feel like this whole Bristol Rising program in downtown living is getting to the true essence of a civic life. Community involvement is sort of inherent. Every dollar I spend in this area is being spent to cultivate my community.
You have the public piazza, which was voted on by the Bristol Rising community, and that's just going to be a fantastic opportunity to program festivals and farmers markets and live music and outdoor dining.
All I would do is just go upstairs, grab my neighbor and best friend who lives above me, and then go grab my other neighbor that lives down the hall, and we'd go for a walk. There's a couple good restaurants right now, but I hear there's a lot more coming. It's really going to be a great experience, and I just feel lucky to be a part of it in the very beginning stages of it.
I lived in Manhattan for quite a while. And in Manhattan, we took the great big city and brought it into a neighborhood. And that's what we're creating here in Bristol.
There's going to be a lot more coming our way as far as, shopping or retail, restaurants. But I have to go back to the whole family aspect of it because there's the sense of community here that I haven't felt in a very long time. Living in bigger cities and then coming to this kind of a small city, people are always there for you. I wouldn't want to go anywhere else. I wouldn't even go home at this moment because the people aren't the same. You guys are all pulling together. It's a huge deal. To me, that's the biggest thing, is hang out with your friends. Wouldn't you want to live next to your best friend? And that's what I feel like I'm doing now.
where you go out and you run into people that you haven't seen in a while, and you stand on the street corner and you talk about what's going on with your lives and your families. You walk into a coffee shop and everybody knows who you are. You know, it's a nice feeling. It's a home feeling.
I live in a suburb now. I know maybe 3 of my neighbors. I could really envision myself knowing all the people that I live around and really having a strong bond in this small town.
I have grandchildren, and we're very close. We do a lot of things together. I can also have them come stay with me, and then we can just walk to where we want to go. We can walk up to Federal Hill and bat a ball around, or we can go to church up there. So everything is right here.
I am a parent. I have a 10-year-old child, and it would make me feel good if on a weekend I bring him right downstairs and there's some art he can see. There's a store he can get in and buy a local toy. There's music that he can be exposed to, something besides what's on 93.7. Local, homegrown, and fresh.
When you're downtown, you're in the center of things. You're in the hub.
It's close to work. You have to go to get on the highway, and a lot of us have to drive in. You know, that ESPN, for example, never shuts down. We have to get to work. So if there's, 3 feet of snow, we have to get to work. These other towns are okay and all, but why not live in Bristol, where it's so much closer to work and where there's just new, exciting things going on?
3,000 people from out of town descend upon here every day to work at ESPN. What if those people were living here and they're bringing cultures from all around the country?
I can go shopping. I can have my friends over, and we can either stay in my place or go downstairs and have a glass of wine.
I like the fact that I can walk out of my apartment, and within 5 minutes I'm, walking distance to the library, to all my friends. There's a lot of great restaurants downtown. The Barley Vine just opened. There's a lot to do. There's a grocery store right downtown. I don't even drive to get my groceries.
Going down to my neighbors' apartment doors and just seeing, if they want to go out and maybe get a nice cold draft, a micro beer, or maybe some really, really good bar food, and, starting off there.
Go over to the coffee shop, grab a cup of coffee, maybe have an egg sandwich.
Go to the vegetable stand, go to the fruit stand, go to the fresh fish market, something along those lines, and pick out my daily produce and what I need to get through my day.
Nice pub crawl, nothing like that. We can go place to place.
You'll have that opportunity to be able to walk downstairs to grab a bite to eat, have a couple glasses of wine, and not have to worry about driving home. Who doesn't want to have that chance, right?
I see a self-sustaining community. We don't have to go outside and ask for people to bring us fun and entertainment and arts and multimedia. It can all be right here. These are things that when you live and work in somewhat of a concentrated area, the possibilities are infinite and the possibilities are endless.
A lot of people ask me, sir, why do you live here? Why do you live downtown? They're very surprised to see how cool you could take this traditionally urban environment and then bring some new life into it.
You name it, anything you can think of. And we're going to try and provide it downtown if people want to come in. And we hope you want to come in.
This is a fantastic chance to live downtown and to get your friends, get your neighbors, get your co-workers and your colleagues to jump on board with this project and express your interest in wanting to live, work, shop, and play downtown.
I have one friend that lives out of town, and she also is excited about coming here.
Let's just face it. When people know each other, that keeps people safe. And that's something that, again, is in the fabric of this country that's been lost. Knowing your neighbor and being very neighborly. And I just think the fact of a community and downtown living, mixed-use facility with shops and eateries, you can't go wrong.
We hope that you'll be signing a letter of interest soon and joining us. I hope to see you. I'll buy you a cup of coffee at the coffee shop. How's that?
So you're ready to make a move. You're looking for somewhere to live. You're scanning the apartment books. Imagine if you had your humble abode, probably something very modern, and when you left your home, you had shops, you had eateries, you had entertainment, and you had the beauty of Connecticut nature. All of this is in the plans for downtown Bristol.
You're going to love it because Bristol's a great place. And downtown Bristol's going to be even greater. Just you wait and see.
When you're alone and life is making you lonely, you can always go Downtown, when you've got worries, all the noise and the hurry seems to help, I know. Downtown, just listen to the music of the